Hello again! This week I am recreating my grandma's vintage looks. I'm feeling a little bit nostalgic, so I thought it would be fun to delve into my family past and do something to honor my ancestors. So let's dive in! By the way, my grandma's greatest love was sewing, so 90% of these outfits were sewn and made by her, including this one that we're starting out with of her as a teenager. Look at how cute she is. Sometime in the early 40s. I just think this photo is so sweet, and I love that little top she made. I think Collective actually sells an almost identical version of this shirt, so if you're admiring my grandma's work, go ahead and shop the look. But yeah, I think this is one I can recreate really successfully. For this look, I think I've got it pretty spot on. I've got a flowy white skirt and an 80s top, which I've belted to give it more of that shape. These are actually both 80s pieces, and it just shows you that trends are cyclical because the 40s definitely had a resurgence in the 80s, which allowed me to recreate this pretty easily. If you zoom in, you can also see that my grandma has a snood around her hair, and lucky for me, I have crocheted one myself, and I think it really ties the look all together. This next picture I just love because it just shows you that people are the same no matter the time period. Me and my friends as teens would do silly poses like this. I know you and your friends probably did the same. And I just love the joy and the fun that exists in this photo. And my grandma's sweet bell bottoms. She's always been a gal who's been ahead of her time. For this look, I am so frustrated because I have a black pair of wide leg trousers that would be perfect to recreate this look, but for the life of me, I just cannot find them, so please forgive me. So I've put on my high-waisted black trousers instead to give the vibe, and I have a 40s style button-down blouse, and even though I wasn't able to recreate it 100% authentically, I think it still looks pretty cute. Here we have another pic of young grandma leaning against a parking sign, or no parking sign, and she's doing my signature I don't know how to pose for pictures look, which is looking off to the side of the camera. And good luck trying to get a picture of my grandma as well. She just hated having her picture taken. I think this look is super sweet, and I think it's going to be really fun trying to do a version of this with my own winter attire. This look is a little less faithful to my grandma's original version. I'm taking a statement coat, which sort of has similar vibes, maybe. Buttons are a feature, and grandma's coat had buttons. I guess it's a stretch. But my grandma was a woman of taste and must have known how much I love black and white striped things with her black and white striped gloves. I have my own fingerless ones here, so I think it gives the idea of this look without being too copy and paste. Next up, we have Grandma in a Field. I think this is a very classic everyday look for her generation. You have a nice cardigan, and I can't tell if those are culottes or a skirt with a slit down the front. Either way, it's looking cute. It's basic, but it's timeless, so it works. I also love the smile you can see on her face in this picture. It is just so cute. For my version of this look, I am assuming that this was more of a skirt than a culotte. So I've taken a pencil-shaped skirt and paired it with one of my go-to sweaters. Not too much to say about this. Like I said, it was a very classic style, the pairing of a cardigan or a sweater with a skirt, but you can't go wrong. I really love this outfit. We're moving through the years a bit and now are coming upon my grandma in this beautiful sundress. I love the simplicity of a vintage shirt dress. They are just universally flattering. I don't think I've ever seen somebody who looks bad in one of these. It doesn't matter the print, the color, the style. It's gonna be a classic piece. Now, I'm a gal who loves a hat, but I've never really considered my grandma as somebody who loves a hat style. So I was a little bit surprised to see a picture of her in such a bold hat, but by her short sleeves, it looks like it was a sunny day, so maybe it was more for practicality. She was a very practical woman. When recreating this look, I was a little bit unsure of which dress I was going to pick. I have a lot of vintage style shirt dresses, and it was about landing on the right one. I chose this dress from Unique Vintage because I think it mimics the style of her dress, you know, the white with the sort of sunnier print on it, and it's got a really great shape. I don't really have any hats that are quite like the one my grandma's wearing, so I've omitted it, but I still think this outfit is super cute. Next up, we have Vintage Christmas. This is one of my favorite pictures of my grandma, not just because of the amazing dress that she made, that she's wearing in this photo, but because of the perfect vintage slice of life this is. The tinsel on the tree, the crazy cascading tinsel around the mirror saying season's greetings. I love envisioning the past and how my grandma would have lived her life, and this is such a beautiful little scoop of that, all put into one little photo. When I saw this picture, I had no question about which dress I was going to choose to recreate it. Now, obviously, I don't know the color of my grandma's dress in this photo, but I like to imagine it was this green. When I originally thrifted this dress years ago, I saw it and thought, this is the ultimate Christmas party dress. I think it's giving me the same vintage shape, the same Christmas vibes, and I think my grandma would agree that it is the perfect Christmas dress. I have saved the most unique dress for last, and it is so unique that I don't know how I can recreate it, though I'm gonna try. And that is this stunning dress here. Got the accordion pleat skirt, you've got some ruching, the unique crisscross sleeves, and this attached hood. Oh my gosh, it's just I've never seen a dress like it. It's so incredible. Really wish you would have saved any of these dresses, Grandma, but especially this one. And I really don't think I can recreate it. My sewing skills are not that fancy, and that is a whole lot of technique going on in that dress. She looks gorgeous in it. Let's see what I can do. All right, so to try to do this dress justice, I've hodgepodged some things together. I have a red accordion pleat skirt. The closest thing I had in terms of shape is this off-the-shoulder collective blouse. Obviously it's not 100% accurate, but I think it's pretty cute. And then to get that hood, which I think is the best thing about this dress, I am draping some tulle over my head. Hopefully this gives you the vibe, but I think this time I'm not gonna look as good as Grandma. I would love to know what you thought of my grandma's vintage fashion and what you thought of my recreations of them. I thought this was such a fun project to do. I always love to delve into the past, but even more when it has such a tangible connection to who I am today. Have you ever recreated any of your grandparents' vintage looks? Did they save any of their vintage dresses to pass on to you? Because mine didn't, and I'm still bitter about it. I shouldn't be. She sewed me so much stuff. She was sewing my Halloween costumes even into my 20s. So I'm just, I'm just joking. Though I really would have loved that last dress. Thank you so much for watching if you made it this far. If you enjoyed this video, I'd really appreciate if you could like it. And if you want to see more from me, please subscribe. I upload new videos every Friday. I hope you have a great day wherever you are, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye!